These are some of the best tools that I use to write my novels. It's so important to have a system that upholds and supports your writing in a way that makes your writing sessions a lot more productive and your writing just so much better. Hey Rally Besties, welcome to my channel. If you guys don't know me, my name is Anna New and I like to make writing content here on YouTube. Today I am so excited to be going through some of the best tools that you should be using to help write your novel. I'm going to give you guys 10 different things. And I'm very excited that this video is brought to you by Scrivener. I don't want to make this intro too long, so let's go ahead and actually get into the 10 things that you guys should be using to help write your novel. The first thing is a physical tool, and it is actually a mechanical keyboard. A little ASMR for you guys. The reason why I think it's really great to get one, because it just really encourages you to write. I cannot tell you how much this has improved my productivity, because you can just hear yourself writing. It seems a lot more intentional, and it's also just better for your wrists and better for your fingers. I have a couple of mechanical keyboards, and it's also really fun to swap them out for different projects or when I'm working on different things such as editing versus drafting. And as you can see, this one's like an ergonomic sort of keyboard, which I think is super cool, and it helps me type a lot faster. If I have a keyboard that is just like really difficult to use, it's like really spaced out, just not the best thing, I can't actually type my ideas down quick enough and I just lose them. Because trust me, it's not just for the aesthetics, although the aesthetics really do help, but it's also to make you a more productive and intentional writer. And I think the last thing also with this is that having a mechanical keyboard proves to yourself that you're a writer, because what is more writerly than having a keyboard? You know what I mean? So I feel like if you treat yourself and show yourself that you are a writer and that you're going to purchase this mechanical keyboard or even a new one if you already have one, to kind of prove to yourself that, hey, I'm a writer, I'm taking this seriously, and I'm going to use this keyboard, and this keyboard is going to help me write and finish my novel. The next thing that you guys need to have is a timing software. If you guys don't know what writing sprints are basically where you write for a particular time and take a break. Usually these are like 20-minute writing sprints, 30-minute writing sprints, and you take a 5-minute break, then get back to it. It's kind of like the Pomodoro method. But I think having some sort of Pomodoro method is so important. I know Windows has just the simple feature of the clock app that just helps track your writing. I also encourage you guys to check out Focus, which is actually in the background here. Very, very aesthetic, very cute. And they all just do the same exact thing. I feel like there's so many online, but I think it's so important to have it kind of in your screen. And it's even better if you can actually put it in the corner of your screen so you can keep track of how your writing is going. Because I feel like writing sessions are really difficult to get through unless you have a goal, and a short-term goal at that. If you kind of sit at your desk and say, I want to work on my book, that's quite a big thing to do. So you need to stay focused and get out that clock app, whatever you use, and hit start so you can have a wonderful writing session through these writing sprints. The third writing tool is actually the sponsor of today's video, which is Scrivener. If you're getting really serious about writing, I encourage you guys to upgrade your basic word processor to Scrivener. I love Scrivener because it is a writing tool that's designed with authors in mind. Whether you're crafting a novel or building a memoir or organizing your nonfiction masterpiece, Scrivener helps you write smarter and not harder. With Scrivener, you can outline your chapters, keep research at your fingertips, and rearrange scenes with ease. Its corkboard sort of view lets you visualize your story structure, while its distraction-free model also helps you stay focused on the words. And when you're ready to share your work, Scrivener compiles everything into a clean manuscript ready for agents, editors, or even self-publishing. Writers around the world literally swear by Scrivener, and I've been able to try it out for myself, and I really enjoy the way that it's organized. You can definitely tell the whole system is built by writers for writers in a way that's just really organizational, and it kind of just reminds me of having like a whole almost website with all these tabs, but for your particular writing project. It makes it so much more personalizable and just so much more organized, because I literally always have just Word documents all over the shop that it gets really hard to keep track of my writing and what the heck I'm doing. And there's literally so many different tools that you can use within Scrivener itself. So if you are looking for a new writing software, I definitely recommend Scrivener. And besties, I have a 20% code for you guys to use to check out Scrivener today. It's right here on the screen, and a new in all caps. Just make sure you pop that in the discount as you're going through checkout. But I really encourage you guys to check out Scrivener. So that is the third writing tool that I really encourage you guys to use for writing your novel. The fourth writing tip seems very self-explanatory, but it is a notebook, but specifically a spiral notebook. There's just something about a spiral notebook that's so important. I find that when I get stressed, especially with plot problems, getting out a notebook helps so much because it just helps me physically write down my ideas and understand what is going wrong with my story. And I can't tell you how many times I've used this. This is actually my own writing notebook that I have designed. I have it linked in all of my videos, by the way, if you guys didn't know, but I love this one, obviously, because it's my design. But I also love how it has kind of a dotted instead of a lined sort of notebook, because it helps me actually draw maps. And literally I've drawn like all these different maps and stuff like that for, you know, brainstorming different scenes and everything. For example, there's this that I drew while I was drafting Project BB, which is kind of a little drawing of the side of the castle where my character kind of goes and like steals stuff. Kind of cool. So I always have this literally by my desk as I write, and it just helps me also write down ideas, write down different notes for my story. Sometimes it's difficult if I'm switching through tabs or trying to find something in my document and I don't want to stray from my page just yet. So I actually write it down in my notebook and then come back to it. And it's just a really good way to kind of stay focused, but also ensure that what you're thinking stays recorded as well. The next writing tool I really encourage is also in the background. Can you guys guess what it is? It's actually a monitor. I am very blessed to have a desktop and a monitor. I got my desktop for my birthday one year. That's literally all I asked for. I just wanted a desktop computer, and this monitor is actually from my parents' work. So thank you, mom and dad. But I really love monitors. Oh my gosh. I am a big split screener, and usually when I'm on my mini laptop, it's like so small. It's hard to kind of go through documents, especially when I have like a big plot document, which has like all my different chapters, and it's just a huge table, which is like in landscape mode. So it's really difficult to split screen on one screen. So me having a monitor has helped so much. Even just putting my Pinterest page up on there, oh, it's crazy how much it helps. Like, it just helps me stay less distracted. Instead of swapping through tabs, I can just look and there is my plot outline, my chapter outline, or my Pinterest page, or even sometimes I put my playlist up there and I'm skipping through songs depending on the scene. I think it just opens my space up a lot more and just makes me feel a lot more like I have a grapple on my world and my story. And just, yeah, allows me to stay a lot more focused, which I really appreciate. So if you do have a monitor somewhere, I don't think they're too expensive. Even if you do have just a laptop and a monitor, you can connect it through a HDMI cable. Super easy, super simple. But I really encourage if that's a thing that you're into, but of course you don't need it. But of course you don't really need a lot of the things on this list, but I really encourage it because it's helped me so much. The next thing that you need is a thesaurus. I use the thesaurus so freaking much. You can also get a bookmark sort of Chrome extension thesaurus. You can look at what they look like there. I usually just have a thesaurus tab always open on my computer. Very rarely do I have a physical thesaurus with me because it just takes way too long. But thesaurus just generally as a tool helps me when I'm editing, even when I'm writing and just trying to get something across. I feel like if you are especially like a poet, thesaurus is usually like your best bet. The reason why it's so good is because, of course, when you're writing and you're kind of confused on how to describe something, or you kind of know something around the word, or you know a word but it's not quite what you're going for, thesaurus basically just looks for synonyms, which allows you to pick different ways to say essentially the same thing. And make sure you use it. I feel like sometimes I forget that that's a thing and I just kind of write something that's a bit sloppy and kind of go back. I'm like, I can't remember what I was trying to go for here, like as I'm editing. So make sure you use your thesaurus actually as you're drafting, because I feel like it's really, really good to ensure that while you're in the mood that you get your ideas on the page how you really imagine them. So yeah, maybe that's another thing you guys can look into. The next thing I recommend is sticky notes. And trust me, like this isn't funny, like they actually work. I use sticky notes writing to-do lists, or I write something like a goal on a sticky note and put it actually physically on my computer, because like my mom does this all the time. She has just like a whole plethora of sticky notes along her desktop. It's like the funniest thing ever, but it really helps, because I feel like when you have something in your mind, you don't really know it. And then even if you write it down, like maybe in your calendar, maybe like on your document, like at the end of your document or something, it's still not physical, it's still not tangible, and you kind of lose sight, even just subconsciously, about what you're doing. But usually I use this for word count goals, or just goals with the chapter that I'm writing. I remember doing this by writing write 10K essentially. And it worked so much, because every time I opened my computer, even if I was working and like maybe just watching YouTube, I would see this physically on my desktop and I'll be like, wait a second, that's right. I'm supposed to be hitting 10K this week. What am I doing? So that constant reminder, maybe put it even on your mirror if you spend more time at your mirror. Since I spend so much time at my desk just doing uni work, schoolwork, editing, all my work, essentially, I always see this sticky note. So I don't use them too often, but when I do have a goal or I need them, I use them so much. So I feel like this will help you so much if you want to just get something done. Like it helps. Trust me. The next writing tool I encourage you guys to use is actually Notion. I've been using Notion for so freaking long. But the reason why I like Notion is because it helps me kind of organize my plans, if that makes sense. So it's not technically writing related, but I kind of use it for my calendar and also my publishing plans, for example. I've been using it so much for my publishing plans. I can maybe show on the screen what it looks like a little bit, but it's just a good way to put ideas down and kind of have a schedule and to keep track of your writing goals. I've been using Notion for a while because of this. It just helps me like when I'm really out of it and kind of feeling unmotivated, usually because I've lacked direction and kind of don't know what I'm doing anymore. I always come back to Notion and always I literally just make a new page all the time and just like, oh, let's just make a new page. But I've been sticking to this particular page for a long time. So actually a lot of my goal setting goes through Notion. I just really like their platform, their sort of system. It's just I've used it for a while, so that's why like I know how it works. But that's really encouraging all the time. The next writing tool is actually these. These things are craft books. They actually help. And it's crazy because I feel like it's always homework reading craft books or having craft books around, but they've helped me so much, especially Save the Cat. This book, like literally every author tuber, every writer ever kind of talks about it, but it helps definitely so much writing, and it's kind of a very underrated writing tool because although you can watch all these different videos on YouTube or podcasts, I feel like reading and actually having a physical book, which is like a craft book, as you're writing your novel helps a lot. Even when I read my normal novels, like as I'm reading, I actually love to do underlining and kind of star things. You can see I've done lots of it's kind of hard to see on screen, but I've done sort of underlining and stuff like that. So this just helps a lot with my writing and just improving my craft, not even like to do with one project, but just my writing in general. I'm improving myself as a writer. So this is a very underrated tool to have, but writing craft books really do help, and I recommend Save the Cat because if you haven't gone through it and you're struggling plotting, read it and it will help you a lot, I promise. Okay, I actually have two more. And the first one of those is actually blue light glasses. These are both pink. Aren't they cute? I literally love blue light glasses because, hey, guess what? I chose literally all my hobbies and everything that I do is on a computer, like law school, always on a computer, writing, always on a computer, editing, always on a freaking computer. Just always, always, always. So this helps me stop getting tired eyes. And they also are there for the aesthetics and makes me feel like a librarian all the time. And it's just a cute way to, again, like similar to the keyboard, it just proves that you're a writer, and it's just cute, super cute, and makes you feel a lot more productive for some reason. Don't ask me why, there's surely some like psychological thing about that. But I wear these ones quite a lot in my videos. You probably have seen them because I'm planning to be a writer for my whole life. So I probably got to protect my eyes a little bit more than I am. So these help a ton. The last thing that I encourage you guys to get are some headphones. Oh my gosh, literally noise canceling headphones have changed my life. I love them so, so much. But music headphones in general, I also use YouTube Music. I don't use Spotify. And the reason why you guys should use YouTube Music instead is because it also includes, you know, all these demos, and also literally if it's a YouTube video, you can play it on YouTube Music. So I really love listening to like reverb and slowed down songs such as like Caribbean Blue. That song I've been obsessed with that song the last week. And I like to listen to it specifically on reverb and slowed down. And that's like not on Spotify, I don't think. So having YouTube Music and noise canceling headphones have just changed the writing game. Just makes me more focused, allows me to get really immersed into my story. And sometimes literally what I do is if I'm just like really unmotivated or confused in a scene, I literally just go on my bed or literally just lie on the floor, put these headphones on, listen to a song on my book playlist, and all the vibes just come instantly. But it's because it's noise canceling and I can shut out the world and I can be with my story, and it's the best feeling ever. Alrighty guys, that is the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to me chat about all my writing tools that I've been using, recently. Again, if you want to upgrade your writing game and your basic word processor, definitely check out Scrivener down below. I have it linked in the description, and make sure you use my code for 20% off your order, all in caps, Anna New. That would mean the world. And let me know below what you think of Scrivener, because I've been really enjoying it. Anyways, guys, I love you all so, so much. I wish you guys luck in that project of yours, and I hope you have a wonderful day or night. Okay, bye everyone.